Well, here I am, guys. A little bit exhausted. It's about 5:45 in the morning, and I'm at the port in Algeciras to go across the Tangier Med. And I got up at 5, just got up at 5, packed up the tent, had everything ready from last night, and then rode over here at the port, about half an hour over to the port. Of course, I woke up many times during the night for sure that my alarm wouldn't go off. You couldn't make it up. So, but anyway, I'm here at the port and really excited now to cross over to Morocco and begin the next step of the adventure. African time already. I'm still in Algeciras, 8 o'clock, but an hour late already. And it looks like going to be at least an hour and a half, 2 hours late leaving. Hey guys, well, I'm on the boat and we're sailing across to Tangier Med. The good news is that I got my passport stamped, my visa, I got the bike importation done, I got my little piece of paper that says the bike is legal, and most importantly, perhaps, just show you, I got a pain au chocolat. So it's all a bit torturous here. I'm going to show you something. You can see the group there. They're all waiting to register their vehicles, importing them. And it's sort of every man for himself. There's not much of a queue. Sort of hilarious feeling. But yes, all is good. So I'm going to have my cup of tea now and my pain au chocolat, and then hopefully get off the boat. I have to get bike insurance, I have to get a SIM card, and I have to get some local money, and that's me sort of sorted then. Quick update, guys. So that's big queue I showed you, that big mess of people. They actually came to blows about who was first in the queue and who was second. They were literally fighting each other. So I'm glad I was actually number one in the queue. Some other big bully of a guy came up and said he was number one and pushed in front of me. So I let him go. But I got done as number 2. I got out of there, and then they all started fighting. Jesus, you couldn't make it up. So guys, here I am. I've arrived in Chefchaouen, and you can see I'm parked up here in the Blue City. And this guy here is the guy who's going to fix everything for me in the world. I'd say I had about 20 of them approach me as I entered the city. So let me give you the update. So it's about probably around 1 o'clock at local time. That's probably around, I'm not sure what time it is, 2 o'clock French time or Spanish time, maybe 3 o'clock Irish time. I'm really not sure. Got off the boat. I was the first on, and pretty much, and the first off pretty much. I mentioned to you that in the previous clip about the guy who jumped ahead of me in the queue and the fighting taking place in the queue. Well, you won't believe it. As the boat was pulling in and I was on my bike, they're getting ready to disembark, waiting for the gangway, whatever you call it, to go down. This huge big articulated truck comes powering up from the inside the ship and parks right up there. And who was this but the bully who pushed ahead of me in the queue? So he was still bullying his way off the boat, but he gave me a big wave. I think he was making up with me. So the ride down was absolutely incredible. So a few observations. The first one is it's almost a dual carriageway almost the whole way from the ferry to Chefchaouen. But a dual carriageway like you've never seen. A dual carriageway with twisties. Absolutely incredible. Beautiful, beautiful riding. Good road surface, a couple of places where they're still building out the road, and so I was actually in gravel for a while, not for far, like for 5 minutes, and working our way back onto the road. A huge amount of road construction taking place here, really interesting, and really interesting to see us. And I don't know who's paying for it, but everywhere you look you see construction taking place. I drove into Chefchaouen along the edge of it, really pretty long boulevard with trees and whatever, really lovely. And obviously I drove into Agadir, or around Agadir when I came in first. On the ride down, what can I tell you about the ride down? The house is sort of interesting. Again, no architectural merit, they're all boxes, concrete structures with red brick infill rendered and painted. That's the standard one, flat roof. And of course they'll build as much as they can afford, and maybe one story, and then build a second story when they have the resources. So you see a lot of houses with what do we call it, half-built houses. Today's Wednesday, it's obviously market day, and every town I went through, every small town I went through, they're having their local market. And it was really interesting. It reminded me of my youth and going to the market in Chefchaouen, all on the side of the road with the guys with the animals, selling sheep and goats mainly. And there's guys selling everything, pots and pans, sandals, everything you can talk about. But the primary focus of the market was sheep and goats. And you could see people walking away with one goat. So they bought one goat, they pick up, guys carrying them on their shoulders, or you see a guy with a car and you see a couple of goats on the back seat driving away. So every town pretty much seemed to be having a market. The other real observation that really struck me was I've never seen so many policemen in my life. Everywhere you go, there's checkpoints, roadblocks, police everywhere. Everywhere, standing on bridges, everywhere. I must have seen hundreds of police on the drive down to here. More police than we have in the whole of Ireland, I'd say. I saw just on the drive down here. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but a lot of police. Exiting the boat was super simple. I've watched guys on YouTube who told me what to do. You have to go to one end of the boat to get your passport stamp. You've got to go to the other end of the boat to get your little carnet. The thing allows you to take your bike out when you want to leave the country. When you get off the boat, you come to the guys who give you the SIM card. The guy gave me the SIM card, installed the SIM card. It was up and running in, I say the whole thing done in 2 minutes. And I was a special promotion. I got 60 gigs for €30, so I was very pleased with that. Wasn't as pleased with the next thing I did. I went in to get my insurance, €100 and €97 for a month. They do 5 days or they do a month. They don't do 2 weeks. So €100, and it's only third party. There's no full comprehensive insurance. And basically, from what I've read on from blogs and watched guys on YouTube, the secret is just don't have an accident. But it's a state-run insurance policy, so I assume it's sound. What else can I tell you that I thought was interesting? The countryside is absolutely beautiful. It's really mountainous. Like really mountainous, up and down, seriously, maybe 500 meters up, 500 meters down, 500 meters up, 500 meters down. Really mountainous, very beautiful. The people are really interesting. The women are all colourful. They're dressed in beautiful outfits, particularly out in the countryside. Lots of colour on their outfits and colourful hats. And the other thing I noticed is people walking everywhere, hundreds of them. In the middle of nowhere, you're just hundreds of people walking along the road, and obviously that's their method of transport, is on foot. And I thought that was sort of interesting just to see it, and also to see how clean the place was. There's guys going around on the dual carriageways, just walking up dual carriageways with plastic bags, big rubbish bags, picking up the rubbish everywhere you go, or guys hacking away, cutting back stuff. Everything seems to be a lot of manual labour, which I suppose is to be sort of expected. So hot. It was about 28 degrees. I think it was the hottest I experienced on the way down. I'm up in Chefchaouen now, it's about 25 and a half, which is okay. And I'm hoping it's going to stay under 30 for the whole trip. Fingers crossed, we have to wait and see. I've no idea where I'm going to stay tonight. I may stay in Chefchaouen, I may go down to Fez. I've just no idea. I had planned to go up the coast and go to this sort of camping site up on the coast, but I changed my mind. I decided not to. I decided just to keep going because the distances seem to be very short. They seem to be shorter than I had imagined or that I'd mapped out when I was planning my routes. So that's not a bit. I'm going to go now and get something to eat. My man Friday here is going to mind my bike while I get some food. And I'm going to have to pay him a few quid, and because I need food. And when I've had the food, I'll decide what I'm going to do next. So talk to you later, guys. So guys, this is where I'm seated for my lunch. I'm on the 5th floor of this building. Tiny little stairs, up and up and up you go. And the reason that my man brought me here, he said, this is a local restaurant for locals. Now, you can take that, I think, with 2 pinches of salt. But he said, what a view, look at this. There's the Blue City, guys. And I'm right in the middle of it, sitting up here looking over the views. Isn't it spectacular? And there's the old castle in the middle of it. Absolutely wonderful. I'll let you know what the food's like in a while. That, guys, is the gate up the very, very narrow stairs, way up the top, where I'm staying. And this gentleman here sitting there with his phone, he's the guy who carried all my luggage up the stairs for me. Free mint tea.
Hi guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shukran. Shukran. My little terrace overlooking the square. So the apartment is all very basic, but absolutely adequate. And as you can see, I've made friends with the little coffee shop on the corner. All the guys had a big long chat with them. And yeah, I decided when I was in the restaurant and I'd finished eating, I decided that I didn't want to go any further today. It's pretty hot, and well, not too hot actually. It's about 26, 27 degrees. But I told you earlier I slept poorly last night, anticipating that the alarm wouldn't go off, and so I'm sort of tired. So I thought it'd be nice to have a bed for a change after the tent. So I'm going to have a shower now, and then I'm going to go and go walk about, have a look at the Blue City. It's very, very famous, and it's probably the only city I'm actually going to spend time in. I think the other cities, I'm going to try and stay outside the cities. I'm up in the mountains or whatever, where it's cooler, and I'm really here, as I said, to see the scenery, as opposed to seeing the cities per se. But it'd be nice to wander around one of them and have a look and see. Who knows, it might encourage me to go and visit a few more. So that's it. Check it out, and I might give you an update later when I've checked out the town. Okay guys, just quickly show you on the map where I am and where I came from. I was staying over here, just past Tarifa, rode up this morning to Algeciras, took the ferry there over here to Tangier Med, which was a really smart idea. And then I rode down here and sort of followed this road, it seems. I thought I'd go this way to Tetuan, but I didn't. It seems to have taken me this way. Anyway, and I ended down here in Tetuan, and I was going to stop there for a while, but I thought, no, I just push on. I had an original plan of going down the coast here and staying somewhere down around here for the night. But in fact, once I was going, I thought I'd continue down. I rode down to Chefchaouen, and that's where I am right now in Chefchaouen, the Blue City. And you can see here, and the distance down is about 112 kilometers. And I think I did a bit more. I think today I've done about 160 miles. But anyway, so my plan tomorrow then is to ride down to Fez. I'll just show you here on the map. So here I am in Chefchaouen, and I'm staying here in this nice apartment. And my plan tomorrow is to ride over here, down over this way, and down here to Fez. and camp somewhere around Fez. So that's about 200 kilometers, a 3.5-4 hour ride down to Fez. I may go a bit further if I feel up to it. I may continue down and go off down here to Midlets, which is further down here, just down here. I may go down there. I'll wait and see how I feel tomorrow when I'm riding along.